Jake?
Yeah, no, this is what we set out to do, and the women deserve to be on the biggest stages and have the biggest paydays, and that's where MVP comes in and has changed the game forever.
His favorite fight of all time is Taylor Serrano too, right? That's the best product in his eyes that he ever saw. So it doesn't matter the gender, it's about the quality of the product.
How do you make the MSG event even bigger than the first one?
It's on a pretty big platform globally, right? Live, all women's card. We'll announce 3 more fights next week, and ultimately you're gonna have 2 undisputed fights and multiple unified championship fights. When you look at the caliber of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, there's going to be no event that's been in boxing like that for a very long time.
Holly, what do you think about Jake against Conor McGregor?
That's going to be excitement, right?
Okay, what about Jake and Canelo?
I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't happen.
What do you
I
think?
think anybody wants to see the big anybody with a name, anybody get out there and show their best work.
Gail?
Jake, this morning I had a conversation with Rashad Evans. Rashad Evans told me that there's no way he would ever fight him. What do you think about a matchup with a guy like Rashad?
He's right. There's no way he would ever fight Rashad Evans. Rashad Evans retired a long time ago, did not go out as a UFC champion, and hasn't fought in a very long time. Next question.
How much did you enjoy the back and forth with the Chavez father-son guys?
Yeah, it was a pretty fun press conference. Obviously, some things get lost in the translating, but I still thought it was pretty fun.
Jake, do we see this now on a trajectory of fighting the legitimate fighters, the former champions, the current champions, or do you want to still fight someone like Conor McGregor if that opportunity comes about?
I'll give anybody the smoke, you know, and I'm just getting warmed up in this sport, but I want the big money fights and I want the tough opponents and I want to become world champion. So you're going to see me being very active.
There's 2 objectives, right? One is to become a world champion. One is to change boxing. When he fought Mike Tyson, there was more attention put on boxing than at any point in that sport over the last 20 years. So he's going to continue to do the crossover massive events that bring eyes, attention, and hopefully young participation. And of course, he's going to be world champion.
Now, Jake, one of the biggest names, obviously, is Gervonta Tank Davis. 13 sellouts in a row, 3 division champion. You and him were very close to fighting. Do we see that in November?
Yeah, no, we're working on it behind the scenes to make that happen, and obviously that's a fight where the fans are going to win, and it's going to be the biggest event of the year.
What weight?
We're working on it, but it'd be an exhibition most likely.
Go ahead.
If people want to know, can you bring glory back to Cleveland after that embarrassing loss by the Cavaliers, man?
Yeah, no, I mean it's always sad being a Cleveland sports fan, but we still got to rock with our teams. But Donovan Mitchell tried his hardest, but it's still Cleveland all the way. Shout out to Shedeur Sanders. I think he's going to have the starting position.
You have a question?
Okay.
After Mike Tyson and the kind of stage that you created for that, is this as important a fight to you as big a stage as the Tyson fight?
Yeah, 100%. You know, this is the most experienced fighter I've fought, and every single fight matters so much to me, and it matters for every boxer. You're only as good as your last fight, and so I have to go out there and do something that no one's ever seen before, which is stop Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
We saw Floyd Mayweather Jr. make a career out of being Mexican fighters, trolling them, some of them loved him, some of them hated him. Are you following in that footstep?
Yeah, no, I mean, this is the first Mexican that I'm going to be fighting, but there's more to come. You know, Canelo obviously is there. That fight is a fight that has to happen for the betterment of the sport of boxing. But this is my first Mexican victim.
Last one for me. With the progression that you had, people have given you some criticism about who you picked, but with the amount of fights that you had and Chavez being this one, it seems like it makes sense. What have you learned along the way? What is this Chavez fight put in your arsenal that makes you a contender for the world championship?
Yeah, no other fighter at my stage, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, was fighting this tough of opponents. So I'm doing something that hasn't ever been done before in history, and I'm just continuing to grow under the lights. And I didn't have an amateur career, so this is where I learned. And this is a former world champion, so people can't really say shit.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Down here.
Down there.
Right here.